Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam, and good evening, brothers and sisters in Islam. So, please, I would like us to watch this video before I comment on it and explain details.
You Tiadoa, please, I want you to help me because Islam is your field and I have to give you that respect. Prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael built the Kaaba according to Islam. When they went to Mecca to build the Kaaba, did they preach to people to accept Islam?
At Makkah, they met the people of Jurhum, and of course they preach. When you read Rahiq al-Maktoum, you will see that they conveyed message, and even after them, people were practicing Islam. It was until one, I've forgotten the I'll set for it in my response. He went to Syria and he brought idolatry over there. Until his reign, they were Muslims.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mama Liz, UT Adawa says, before even Prophet Muhammad came, Abraham and Ishmael were there. They built the Kaaba according to Islam, meaning they preach and warn people to accept Islam. That's why they built the Kaaba and then initiated all that they have to do based on the will of Allah according to Islam. That means somebody have warned the Arab people before Prophet Muhammad came.
Okay.
Quran chapter 2, 126 to 127. You see that UTI Dawa knows Islam than the Quran itself.
Read.
Quran 2 verse 126.
It's either UTI Dawa is lying or the Quran is lying. So read.
Quran 2 verse number 126.
Quran chapter 2, 126, 127.
And remember when Ibrahim
said,
My Lord, make this city Makkah
a
place of security, and provide its people with fruit,
such
of them as believe in Allah
and
and
the last day.
He Allah answered.
That means Abraham went there and was asking Allah to bless Mecca and the people who believe in Allah. Meaning Abraham went there first, built the Kaaba and preached to the people there to accept Islam. Now look at this Quran verse. Quran chapter 34 verse 44. Now see.
Quran 34
verse 44.
Number 44
will tell you that nobody has ever warned the Arab people except Prophet Muhammad. Read.
Quran 34 verse 44.
Quran 34 44.
And we had not given them scriptures
which they could study.
nor sent to them before you Muhammad.
Meaning the Arab people, they've never received any book and no messenger, nobody has warned them before Muhammad came. Now you two others confirmed that Abraham and his son Ishmael went there and preached to people. Look at this verse 2. Quran chapter 36 verse 6. Quran 36 says, yes.
Quran 36.
Yes. Let's see if somebody warned their forefathers before Prophet Muhammad came.
Quran 36.
That's what we call contradiction. 6. Yeah, the Quran was written a period of 23 years. And you know, Prophet Muhammad was a human being. So he used to say something, he will forget. Yeah. There are some things, yes. And then they brought abrogated verses that, they caused some of the things. The angels that brought message, sometimes they make the prophet forget even the message they brought.
Hey.
Yeah, it's in the Quran. People like read.
Quran 36 verse 6.
Quran chapter 36 verse 6.
In order that
you
may warn a people whose forefathers were not warned.
You may warn a people whose forefathers were not warned. According to UTI Dawa, their forefathers were warned by Abraham and Ishmael. Pure contradiction. So this is proving that Prophet Muhammad is not the first person who went to the Arab people to preach to them to accept Allah. Abraham and Ishmael were there. But this verse is saying nobody has been there except Prophet Muhammad who came as a messenger. So when UTI Dawa comes then.
I hope you have watched this video. And I believe you grasped each words from that brother Abraham telling us that the Quran is saying that Rasulullah is the first amongst the Muslims who propagate Islam to the Arabs. Yet the same Quran before then says that it wasn't Prophet Muhammad who was the first prophet to propagate Islam to the Arabs. Rather, it came time of Ibrahim. Ibrahim was a prophet, Ismail was a prophet. And both of them were the first to propagate Islam. So with that, there's a contradiction in the Quran. Where did we get that from? It was found in Surah Al-Baqarah, where Allah mentions that Ibrahim alayhi salam was being given the virtue of imamah. What does the Quran say? I found in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 12, the Quran, verse 124. Allah categorically said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When he mentioned, he said, وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ فَتَمَّحُونَ. That Ibrahim was tested from his Lord of some certain words. Then he passed them all. Then he said, after that, Allah says about him, وَقَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا. We have made you an imam for mankind. And after which he had said, imam means a guardian, a guide for mankind. Then Ibrahim, due to his excitement of what Allah has given him as a virtue, he said, what about my progeny? This issue of imama will not come to the wrongdoers. Then when he had said that, the following verse, which the scholar is trying to bring out, he found in that same chapter, verse 125, Allah says, we have made their house a place of dwelling for mankind, وَأَمْنًا, and security for mankind as well. فَتَخَذُوا مِنْ مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلِّ. Then they take from that particular house a place. Who took it? Those people are the Arabs. They take from the part where Ibrahim marched, that part Ibrahim put his foot march on. They built a Kaaba on that place. They put as a place of Salah, Muqammah. The Maqam of Ibrahim, they placed at a place of Salah. And who did that? The people of the Arabs, they did that. When they see that Ibrahim came, because he came there, they built a place. That place Ibrahim put his foot match, his Maqam, they built a place there called the Kaaba today. That doesn't end the verse. It says, وَأَهِدْنَا. Then, وَأَهِدْنَا إِلَّا إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَعِيلَ. Then we enjoy upon Ibrahim and Ismail, both of them, أَن تَحْمِيرَ بَيْتِ, that purify my house. لِطَائِفِينَ, for those who will go around it. And وَأَخِفِينَ, those who will stay in it. And وَرُكَعَ سُجَدَى, those who will bow and prostrate. Now, look at the verse. Please, let's understand the verse. Not according to what the scholar is trying to explain, that Ibrahim preached Islam to them. No, Ibrahim did not preach Islam to them. He did not give them a book. He was not a Rasul to the Arabs, because the only place, according to the Quran, found in Surah Al-Yunus, verse 46 or 47, the verse says that Allah said, وَلِكُلِّ أُمَّةِ رَسُولٌ, for every ummah there's a messenger upon them. That every ummah has a messenger. What does the messenger do? It says, وَقَدْ جَاءَ رَسُولُهُمْ قَوْمٌ قُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْقِسْطِ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. Then the messenger comes to them, he will judge between them, give them a book, a guide, a criterion for them to be judged. Now, no one should be shown injustice. Now, with that, this is the Quran. Allah is trying to tell us that Rasul has not come to the Arabs. Ibrahim was not a Rasul to the Arabs, but he was a Rasul. I'm not saying it's not a Rasul, but was a Rasul, but was not a Rasul to the Arab. Because if you observe the verse which scholar is trying to prove from, which was found in Surah Al-Baqarah, which I quoted just not too long, that when it says that Ibrahim was tested, how was he tested? With some words. What was he tested with? When Allah says to him that, oh, take your son for sacrifice. But he passed the test. He obeyed and took the son for sacrifice until Allah provided him ram. And after that, the same son was to be taken away from him to a distant land. And when they got there, Allah called them back. Now the foot match which they placed on that land, the people, because of the veneration they did to Ibrahim, they built a house there. And that house is called Baka initially. They become Kaaba. Now, that place, when they discovered it, it was that Allah now said to Ibrahim, Ahidna illa Ibrahim wa Ismail. So both of you now go and purify the house, because they have built the house. Now go there and purify the house. Make it neat, so that they can go tawaf on it, can turn around it, and they can stay in it, taqif. They can do taqif on it, and also they can also pray and observe salah in it. Then Ibrahim says to us, look at what Ibrahim said in the next following verse. Ibrahim said, وَقَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّي اجْعَلْ بَلَدِي أَمِينًا. Then make this city, because of this, make this city a peaceful place, a secure place for them. They should not be armed in this city. Then after you have made this city a place of security for them, وَجَعَلَ الْبَلَدِ أَمِينًا, then Allah answered this prayer. Yes. Then when he said not just that, he said, وَأَرْزُقُ أَهْلَهُ مِنْ تَمَارَةِ, then provide risk for these people of fruits. You should feed from fruits. That's why in the Arab world, you find date palms and some other fig trees who bear fruit for them. They feed on fruits. Then he said, who would benefit from the fruit? Man amana minhum bi rasulillahi wa yawmi akhir. Anyone who believes in them is praying a dua. It's not preaching to them. It's not warning them. It's praying a dua to Allah for future generations, for them to benefit from the Rasul that will come to them. Because the Rasul is to come from the lineage of Ismail. Because the Bible mentions it in the previous books before the Quran said, from the seed of Ismail, there will be a Rasul to the Arabs. That was why in the book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 17, 11 to 17, mentioned the lineage of Ibrahim. Gabi Tema the Kedar, explained that before. Now from Kedar, which is the Quraysh, there comes a prophet upon them. The seed from Ismail is Muhammad. That's why preparing the platform for Muhammad, that was why Ibrahim said that from this place, oh Allah, that's the dua. The dua he prayed to Allah was answered. He said, Ij'al baladi amina, make this place a secure land, a secure city. Warzuq alahu min al-tamarati, and bless them with fruits. And he said, man, who is the poor blessed from man amana minhum billahi wa yawmi akhir, those who believe in Allah and day of judgment. He said, qala faman kafara, those who disbelieve, then those who disbelieve, then Allah says, then he said, fa ummiyuhu qalila, give them little of it, little. Then thumma ittarahu illa adhabin nar, then on the day of judgment they will be put into the hellfire, and what they will dwell in it. Now this is exactly what the Quran says in that verse. This is explanatory meaning of that verse, not just what the scholar is trying to tell us, or that man is trying to put his own idea, saying just read the periphery of the verse and come out and say Allah says that Ibrahim was a Rasul of a messenger sent to the people before Muhammad. Why then the Quran says Muhammad was the first messenger sent to the people of the Arabs? Wow. Look at the Prophet Muhammad came with a book. Now in the world today, from Adam, the inception of man, from Adam until date, there are 104,000 Nabi, or the Anbiya of Islam. There are 104,000 prophets with the same message of Tawheed. But there are few Rasul, and there are few Rusul A'adhin. There are Rusul A'adhin. What are the Rusul A'adhin? We have 5 Rusul A'adhin. What are the 5 Rusul A'adhin? We have Nuh alayhi salam, we have Ibrahim, we have Musa alayhi salam, we have Isa, we have Muhammad. Why? And the Rusul A'adhin, we have those giving books. What are those giving books? Musa alayhi salam, Isa, and what? Muhammad. Zabur Sasam. The main books preached them is what? Now, according to the Quran, when we have said that before that prophet was sent before them, Likulli ummati Rasulu, then Allah said in previous verse, in the verse that